I'm giving you all that to say I was not removed by the President of the Republic of South Africa as the Constitution and the Police Act dictates. I was made to step aside by the Minister of Police then. No law provides for such. That's why I continue to say that my removal from office cannot be found anywhere in the prescripts.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are unpacking a powerful and controversial statement that is sending shockwaves through South Africa's political and security circles. Former Acting National Police Commissioner, LTD General Khomotso Phahlane, has told Parliament's ad hoc committee that he was not removed from his position by former President Jacob Zuma, but rather by Fikile Mbalula, who was the Minister of Police at the time. Even more serious, Phahlane claims that this removal was illegal. This revelation has reopened old debates about political interference, abuse of power, and the independence of the South African Police Service. Let's break down what he said, why it matters, and what it could mean going forward. LTT General Phahlane is not just any police officer. He served for decades in the South African Police Service and at one point held one of the most powerful positions in law enforcement, Acting National Commissioner of Police. He took over the role in 2015 after the suspension of then-Commissioner Ria Faiga following the Marikana tragedy. At the time, the country was under pressure to stabilize the police service, rebuild public trust, and ensure accountability at the top. However, his time in office did not last long. By 2017, he was suspended and later removed, facing allegations linked to corruption and procurement irregularities. For years, the public believed that his downfall was a result of decisions taken at the highest level of government, including the presidency. But now, Phahlane is telling a very different story. It was Fikile Mbalula, not President Zuma. Appearing before Parliament's ad hoc committee, Phahlane stated clearly that, "I was not removed by President Zuma. I was removed by Fikile Mbalula, who was the police minister then." Under South African law, the appointment and removal of the National Police Commissioner is primarily the responsibility of the president. While the police minister plays a significant role in overseeing the department, the final authority usually rests with the head of state. Phahlane claims that Mbalula went beyond his powers. According to him, the process used to push him out of office did not follow legal procedures and violated constitutional rules. In simple terms, he is saying, the wrong person removed me, and the removal itself was unlawful. This is not just about one man losing his job. If Phahlane's claim is true, it suggests 1. Political interference in the leadership of the police. 2. Abuse of ministerial power. 3. Violation of constitutional procedures. 4. Weak protection of institutions meant to be independent. The police service is supposed to operate without fear or favor. When politicians can allegedly remove top officers at will, it creates a dangerous situation where law enforcement may become loyal to politicians instead of the law. That is why this issue has attracted the attention of lawmakers and the public. Fikile Mbalula served as Minister of Police from 2014 to 2017. He was known for his outspoken style and strong political influence within the ruling party. During his time as minister, several senior police officials were suspended or reshuffled. Supporters argued that he was cleaning up corruption in the police service. Critics accused him of turning the police into a political battleground. Phahlane's statement adds fuel to those long-standing criticisms. If the minister indeed took unilateral action to remove an acting commissioner, it could mean that political power was used to override legal processes. It is important to be balanced. Phahlane himself faced serious allegations related to the purchase of property allegedly funded through money from a police tender. These allegations were widely reported and used to justify his suspension. However, over time, some of these cases have struggled in court with delays, withdrawals, and questions about the quality of evidence. Phahlane now appears to be arguing that regardless of the allegations, the process used to remove him was unlawful. In other words, he is not necessarily saying he was perfect. He is saying that the law was not followed. And in a constitutional democracy, process matters just as much as outcome. Parliament's ad hoc committee steps in. The ad hoc committee was formed to investigate governance failures within the police service. Phahlane's testimony is part of a wider effort to understand how political decisions have shaped the leadership and direction of SAPS over the years. Who really controls the police? Are senior officers protected from political pressure? Were past suspensions and removals done lawfully? And how many other officials may have been unfairly pushed out? His statement could open the door for further investigations, possible legal challenges, and even compensation claims. As expected, the public reaction has been mixed. Some people believe Phahlane is simply trying to clean his name and rewrite history. Others feel his statement confirms what many suspected for years, that political leaders interfere too much in the police service. Opposition parties are already calling for full transparency and accountability, while supporters of Mbalula argue that tough decisions were necessary to fight corruption. Regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear: this issue is far from over. Several outcomes are possible. 1. Parliament may recommend a deeper investigation into the removal process. 2. Courts could be asked to rule on whether the removal was lawful. 3. Former officials might come forward with similar stories. 4. It could lead to reforms in how police commissioners are appointed and removed. If the committee finds that the law was broken, it would be a major embarrassment for those involved and could reshape how power is exercised in the future. Why this matters to ordinary citizens? You might be wondering, how does this affect me? It affects everyone. A police service that is politically controlled cannot effectively fight crime, protect citizens, or uphold justice. When leadership positions are influenced by politics instead of professionalism, public trust collapses. And without trust, law enforcement becomes weak, divided, and ineffective. That is why issues like this deserve attention, debate, and transparency. LTT General Phahlane's statement has reopened a chapter many thought was closed. By claiming that Fikile Mbalula illegally removed him from office, he has challenged the official narrative and placed the spotlight back on how power was exercised during a turbulent time in South Africa's history. Whether his claims will be proven true remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: this testimony has added a new layer to the ongoing conversation about politics, accountability, and the independence of our institutions. We will continue to follow this story closely and bring you updates as they unfold. If you found this breakdown helpful and informative, don't forget to like, share, and comment 60. Your support helps the channel grow and ensures we keep bringing you important stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.